Hello and namaste to all the lovely viewers. I am Shweta Singh and I'm very humbled and honored to be speaking with you through the voice of women. A fantastic initiative designed to empower women around the globe. I'm privileged to share my story with all of you, and I'll be gratified if my journey can bring some hope and light to those who are watching. My thumb rule in life is that ideas and courage are the currency of the present. And I harnessed this to drive one of my passions, which is to start my own firm. Majestic by Shweta Singh is a multifaceted consulting firm with a presence in New Delhi and London. It is an organization that I founded primarily to give myself the opportunity to explore different economic markets and sectors. Today, I have grown my business into a boutique consultancy where my team and I troubleshoot issues surrounding service enhancement, HR, and product development. To date, we have carried out works in fashion, healthcare, hospitality, and technology. Applying a basic and uncomplicated methodology, we have been successful in adding tangible value to our esteemed clients. And this has helped propel the growth of my firm. I speak for many entrepreneurs around the world. When I say starting your own business will give you freedom and feeling like nothing else. However, just like anything new and undeveloped, it will require nurturing, protection, and guidance to grow, just like being a mother. I think we all can agree that the most important turning points of anyone's life often come at the most unexpected times and in the most unexpected ways. I would have to say that the biggest turning point in my life had to be when, at a young age, I suddenly lost my father. Not only was the loss of a loving parent a huge blow, it was also because he loomed so large in my life. With the presence of my father, I felt assured and sanguine in any undertaking that took my fancy. And he was, of course, an integral part of my life. After the initial shock of his passing, I remembered all the wonderful times I spent with my father and all the instructive lessons he gave me. Leaving behind a wife and 2 young female children, living in a feudal part of North India, impelled me to be the eventual leader of my household. To think practically, to be brave in the face of adversity, resilient in the face of exploitation, and contented in the simple pleasures of life. I began to realize that the virtues ingrained in me of being dedicated and humble could carry me forward in life, so I could begin to achieve the goals I set myself. No matter what the hurdles I faced whilst growing up, whether it was the adversity associated with my education, such as traveling long distances to reach my school using 3 modes of transport, including a boat, or whether it was the societal inertia I faced after joining the armed forces. I always remember and use the lessons instilled in me by a father to overcome any challenge. One of the messages which I always carried forward was that if anything should be done, it was worth doing it well. When I decided to prove myself as a worthy pilot, I went on to achieve a gold medal at national level. When I decided to partake in contact sports, I was a multiple medal winning boxer at state level. Each success that I had spurred me on to believe more in myself, which then led me to think that I could then see the world, which I did. The answers and life lessons are all around and within us. It is how you as a person decide to make a plan to create a new normal. This is an important question which is very relevant today. In theory, in today's world, gender should not play a role in one's capabilities. I am fortunate to give a very easy and simple example to answer this question, whereby Air India recently had a record-breaking flight over the North Pole with an all-female cockpit and flight crew. This is but one example where women have been able to demonstrate that gender should not play any role or leave any doubt regarding a female's capability to be a pilot. Certainly, when I started my flying career, there were concerns regarding a female's physical capability to pilot an aircraft independently. I felt I went some way to dissipating these concerns by competing with male pilots at various flying contests. As I look back, I do feel that many of these perceived concerns existed only to satisfy certain prejudices that already existed in the minds of decision makers. The wider reality still exists that certain professions, such as aviation, have been traditionally male-dominated. In the case of the armed forces, many nations did have a valid and genuine safety concerns for females. However, modern technology and safety procedures have now made it safer and therefore more acceptable for females to be involved in high-risk scenarios, such as piloting aircraft in combat roles. My sincere advice to anyone thinking of becoming a pilot, and that in the armed forces, is to train like there is no tomorrow and reach for the sky. Beauty pageants across the world represent a platform for contestants to embark on a journey that is effectively a change from normality, opportunity to improve yourself. Well-organized beauty pageants effectively challenge individuals to look at aspects of their physical and mental strengths and develop those areas which they feel vulnerable. As a winner of Mrs India Worldwide North 2018, I certainly felt uplifted and like a new person. To my mind, the misconceptions are surrounding the particular dimension that beauty pageants are solely focused on the looks of each contestant. From personal experience, there is a long process of selection and elimination leading up to what people see on the stage. For example, many tasks are set to the contestants covering a wide range of subjects, both physical and intellectual. For me, from start to end took over 9 months. And it was a grueling process at times that pushed me to address aspects of my composition. On a personal note, I feel women have a clear and vital role in the building of a nation. And this can be taken from many perspectives. Firstly, we consider the role of the female side of the species in procreation, raising of children and protection of younger generations, and how that would translate itself into the building of any nation. My advice and feelings are that females in this day and age have equal opportunities as men in society. The complaints and excuses used to rationalize being outperformed by another gender should stop. Being successful but being gracious in defeat and loss are equally important and will help females go further in all parts of society. I take myself as an example. Now, many people across the globe are aware of my own personal story, growing up in a rural and economically challenged demographic of India, whilst the country underwent some of its largest economic upheavals in its recent history. Born into a traditional family, and whilst I was lucky to have a loving and supporting parents, I feel that it is one's self who truly makes a difference, to get up and succeed. No matter how many inputs are provided by family and the social environment, where there is a will, there is a way. Another example from history. During the Second World War, the overwhelming industrial base, which catered everything from food supplies to tanks, ships and aeroplanes, were built by a workforce that was over 30% female. The jobs carried out by the women in those factories were exactly the same, and it is incredible for some to think 80 years on that women cannot be equal to men in the work and social environments. The impact of the Second World War was the most prominent single event that shaped the world and nations for the next century. I have a caring life partner who thought my work is as important as his own, and this made all the difference for me. Therefore, we will only have true equality when men share with us the responsibility of bringing up the next generation. I would like to summarize my views and personal feelings with the following quote. This world is built not only by men, but by strong, inspiring, fearless, and resilient women. And we will continue to break down walls and defy stereotypes. Thank you and namaste.